Welcome to all of you to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. My name is Rich Norton. I am your host, and I am blessed and grateful and super positive about being your host. I just love doing these shows. I love to be able to be making a difference in people's lives. This is a wonderful, 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 great show, and I'm just very thankful. I thank you for all your feedback. I thank you for your encouragement. And this show, I'm going to do a couple shows, probably 2 to 3 shows, just on sales, because what this is all about, as we say, the title of our show is RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. And we do a lot of shows to help inspire you, to help motivate you, to help you go out and make it happen, to get you excited about life, to get excited about opportunities. We teach you about goal setting. We teach you about motivation. We teach you about enthusiasm. We teach you the importance of having the right attitude. All these things are necessary if you want to have success, not only in the merchant service industry, but just in life in general, because our goals should be positive, and we should want to be successful in all phases of our lives, because if we're not, we are going to be out of balance. And let me tell you, through experience, I know that being out of balance is not a good thing. You want to make sure you have proper balance in your life, because what good is it to say, man, I'm #1 in sales, but everything in my life is falling apart? That's not a good thing. What good is it to say, I'm doing great in this area, and I'm focusing all on that area, but as far as everything else, that's kind of drifting apart right now. So it's important to get a proper balance in all phases, because you want to say, and I know I want to say, I want to be #1 as a family man. I want to be #1 as a husband, as a father, as a friend, as a person in ministry. I want to be #1 to all people that I meet. I want to be #1 in the business world. I want to be the best that I can be in all phases of my life. And by doing that, you are going to have proper balance. Now, it's not easy. Nobody said it would be easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. But my goal, not that I have all the answers, because one thing I will tell you, as I do these shows, I am speaking to myself also. I have not arrived. I don't sit behind the desk saying, I got this all figured out. What's exciting for me about these shows right here is that the things that I'm talking about, I'm learning about also. And I'm speaking to myself, and my goal is for me to improve in all of these areas also. So I guess I'm ministering to myself, so I want God to minister to me and through me, but it's important that I'm receiving these messages, which I believe I am, because I will tell all of you that I am under construction. I am learning. I'm never arriving. My goal is to keep growing, to keep getting better, to keep getting bigger, to helping more people. I love that, and that's what these shows are all about. So inspiration, motivation, getting excited about life, but they're also shows on sales. We've been doing a series, one-on-one sales training, that we're not going to do that on this show, but we are adding more and more shows, and that's going to take you from the beginning all the way to the end. I'm actually doing a lot of one-on-one training classes with new representatives. I'm actually doing one right now. We've completed about 7 shows already. Actually 7 training classes, I should say, with 2 people. And the things that they're learning, I can see the excitement, because there's a lot of aha moments, because they've already been out in the field, they've had some success, but the things that we're teaching, it's like, wow, I knew that. I was missing that. Yes, I'm missing in that area, and I'm excited and thrilled to be able to help teach people what I've been doing for a very, very long time. And again, I'm learning also. I don't have all the answers. It's exciting to see that you can have great success in this industry. You can have great success overall in life, but you're always going to keep learning. You're always going to keep growing, because once you think you've arrived, guess what? you have other issues going on, and that might be pride. When you say, well, I got this all figured out, I'm the man, I'm the person, I don't need to grow anymore, I'm just the best. And it's good to say that you're the best, but you want to be the best, but you have to understand, in order to remain at the top of your game, you have to keep growing, because things change, life changes, things happen all the time. Keep growing, keep moving, keep getting excited. So these shows, inspiration, RMS sales training, and inspiration. So today I'm going to focus on, real simple, because I was thinking about this today, how to be a good salesperson. You know, the steps that we need to take to become a good salesperson. Because a lot of people in this industry, or in sales in general, maybe they have not had much sales experience, or maybe they've had a lot of sales experience, and I'll say this, maybe, quite simply, they've been doing it wrong, and they're repeating the same mistakes over and over again. And a lot of times that's difficult to retrain the mind, and that's what we need to do, is retrain the mind, because it's very important that if you want to be a good salesperson, that you learn the things that are necessary to help you to become a good salesperson. So I wrote a bunch of things down. I was reflecting on this, and I thought about things that I do, things that I've learned, things that I like to teach, and these will help you to become better in sales. And while I'm going through them, I want you to take notes on them. Of course, I always encourage all of you to do that, but I want you to reflect a little bit, and I want you to think about it, and I'd like for you to say, do I need work in that area? And rate yourself 1 to 10, and be honest with yourself. You might go through some and it's like, yeah, I got that one. Yep, I'm doing that right now. But you may be going through a couple that I cover and you say, wow, I didn't even think about the importance of that. I got a 2 in that one. I need work in that area. And it's important to be honest, to understand that we need to do these things which are going to help us to grow. So very, very simple. We're dedicating the show to how to become a good salesperson, or a great one, or an amazing one, or an awesome one. But let's start out just by becoming a good salesperson. So let's take a short break, break out your notebooks, watch the commercial. I will be right back in a moment. Hey, it's Rich Norton with Retriever Merchant Solutions. I want to thank all of you for watching our shows. We're hearing a lot of great positive feedback, and I'm hearing a lot from different representatives from other merchant service companies, which is fantastic. And people are telling me, man, we've got sales teams watching your shows, but I want to be on your team. And how do I get started? How do I qualify? How can I work with your company? I love what you're doing. I love the people. I love all the shows. You guys have a lot of enthusiasm, you have a lot of direction, a lot of discipline, and great things are happening. I'm seeing representatives win trips, and I want to have that lifestyle. I want to be part of a team like that, because many of the representatives that we're talking to are coming from other merchant service companies, and no big deal, nothing bad against them, but a lot of stories that I'm hearing is that they're feeling like they're lone rangers. They've started out with a company and they got a little bit of training, maybe watched a couple videos, and then they're kind of thrown out there like, go out there and do it, good luck, you're on your own, and that's it. And a lot of them are falling flat on their face, they're struggling along, they're putt-putting along, and they're getting kind of discouraged. Well, I want you to know at Retriever Merchant Solutions, especially within my group, the RPS Super Group, you will never feel that way. We are here for your success. What separates us from everybody else is that we put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we work together as a team. We will make sure that you're going to have great success as long as you're willing to put forth the effort. Now, people may say, what is the key to success? How am I going to have success in your industry? I want to be successful. Well, it's bottom line, 2 things. It's all about attitude. I always say this, attitude, attitude, attitude. Believe in what you're doing. I can put all that as one thing. And go to work. Attitude, belief, go to work. All right, if you do that, you're going to have great success. So if you're looking for an amazing opportunity and you want to join a winning team, give me a call. The email is right here, you'll see that, but also you can call me directly. You can call me on my cell phone, 904-434-4635. You can shoot me a text, I'll get back with you. I keep busy, but I will get back with you, and you can join a winning team, and we will help you have all your dreams come true. All right, I am right back with you. You got Rich Norton here, RMS Sales Training and Inspiration, and I'm going to get right to it. RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. So we're focusing today on some sales training on how to be a good salesperson, how to become a good salesperson. And this is not just in the merchant service world. You will find, because I know many people watch this that are in the business field, they're in multi-level marketing. I've had people reach out to me, they're like, Rich, I'm not in merchant sales, but I'm in this type of business. I watch your shows, and I want you to know you're helping me. One guy called me up a few weeks back, they're like, you helped me close a deal, man, fantastic. He was selling cars. I've had people reach out to me saying, I'm in real estate. It's amazing the things that you're teaching. Thank you. I'm watching your shows. I know I'm not in merchant sales, but I want you to know that you're helping me. That's fantastic. That's great. Amazing. So that's what this is all about. So these things that we will be covering will be, some of them will be like, yeah, that makes sense. Some will be like aha moments. But I'm not going to rush through these. I got a bunch of things written down. It'll probably take a few shows to get through these. And it's not any necessary order. Like when I start this out, this is not the number one thing or the number 10th thing or the number 24th things. Nothing like that at all. I just wrote down some things that I've learned and things that I felt were very important for you to become a good salesperson. Because in order to be fantastic, you have to be good first. So let's work our way up and understand we're going to keep getting better and we're going to keep improving. So the first thing I wrote out is learn the process, also known as learn the presentation. I think about, like with us right now, I am doing these training programs and they have been very effective. You know, the one-on-one training that I'm doing with everybody, whether they're brand new in the business or whether they're been around for a while and it's like they're kind of coasting along. Like I said, I got a few people now that are fairly new to the industry and they want to get to that higher level, and they've heard, it's like, Rich, you're the best. I want to learn from you. Take me through this training class. And that's what I do. So it's important that if you want to be successful in the sales world and you want to be a good salesperson, you have to learn the process of what the presentation is, whatever industry that you are in. And think about this, for our industry, you cannot just walk in, because there's people that say, well, I'm in merchant services and I'm in it because I'm ready to make a lot of money. But they don't understand that they have to learn the ins and outs of the industry. I have many representatives that call from different merchant service companies and they're like, I want to be successful, but I have no training. Please help me, Rich Norton. I need your help. I know you're the best. I want to work for your company. I want to work with your team. Teach me the way. I want to be super successful. And I'm like, okay, well, what we're going to do, I'm going to find out where you're at right now, how much knowledge that you have, and we may need to unlearn some things, and we will need to learn some new things. But I am going to teach you the process of the presentation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the intro all the way down to the end. And then we have to keep fine-tuning it, we have to keep improving, we have to keep on getting better. And that's very, very important, because you cannot just go out there and wing it. Because if you go out there and wing it, you will make a lot of mistakes, and what happens when you make a lot of mistakes, it will cost you money. So do not make mistakes, learn the process. Get the process down, and I can proudly say this with Retriever Merchant Solutions. Here's a plug. For those of you that are looking for the winning team, My number, 904-434-4635. You got the email. It always shows up on these shows. Okay, you know the email. You can reach out to me either way. You can even shoot me a text. We will train you. We will teach you the right way to do this business, because I can assure you, you can go as far as you want to go in this industry. You can accomplish great things, amazing things, and you can have all your dreams come true, but you have to be trained and you have to learn the process. Learn the presentation, get with the right company, which is us, and we will teach you the right way to do it. How do I know that? Because I do it myself. Everything that I talk about is through my experience, through my years of experience. I'm going to teach you the right way. The leaders in our group are going to teach you the right way. You're going to get a lot of support. You'll never feel like a Lone Ranger representative. Very important. Number two, again, it's not in this order. I'm just throwing out some things. So there's not one thing that's more important than the other. These are a whole bunch of things that are going to help you and guide you and teach you to become a good salesperson, which will get you to the next level. Know your products. Know what you're doing. And this applies to all sales. Whatever you're selling, cars, furniture, whatever you're selling. And I'm going to appeal to those of you that are in the merchant service industry. Now, at the same time, get to know your products, get to know what you're doing, but don't have the attitude, I'm not getting out there until I know everything. And I hear that from several representatives, and they're still waiting around doing zero. It's like, what are you doing? I'm not going to get out there. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I'm watching videos. I'm studying. I'm learning all about this, all about that. I'm learning everything. One day, soon, it could be a month. It could be 6 months. It could be next year. I will get out there when I know everything. And you know what's going to happen? You're never going to get out there. You're never, ever going to get out there, because all that is an excuse. I equate what we do to sports. I can watch Larry Bird shoot three-pointers all day long. He makes it look easy. He made it look easy. I can watch and say, man, I like the style, I like the way he shoots it, I like the way he does it. I can watch someone get up there and bat, but I like the way they swing. I can learn that. Some of the way they bowl, way they play golf. It's like, man, they make it look easy. The only way, and you know what I'm going to say, the only way that I'm going to get good at it is by doing it myself. I'm going to stink in the beginning. I'm going to be bad. I'm going to fall on my face. I'm going to look ridiculous. But I will improve as long as I keep my positive mental attitude. So get to know what you're selling. The best way to get to know is to find the people that are going to teach you everything you need to know to have success, and you get out there and do it. During this one-on-one training program that I'm doing with everybody, what I do, I give you, if you go through this training program, I give you all the skills that you need to know to go out there and have success. That doesn't mean I teach everything, every nook and cranny, everything, because that's ridiculous. If you go into a business and you start overwhelming people with all this ridiculous vocabulary and vernacular and all this stuff, you are going to talk the people right out of it. So don't go in there and try to impress people with all the knowledge that you have about the industry, because what ends up happening, you oversell, and when you oversell, you talk them right out of it. So I give you all the skills, so when you get out there in the field, you know what you're talking about. But I assure you this, while you're out there, you're going to have questions. You're going to have scenarios that pop up, and you're like, wow, I don't think this was covered during the training class. That's fine. What do? You don't just say whatever you think. You reach out to people like me. You reach out to your relationship manager. You reach out to some of the other representatives. That's why it's important to get connected with everybody. You reach out to some leaders and you say, hey, I'm in this scenario right now. This is what's happening here. What do I need to do? And we will tell you. And next time that comes up, guess what? Now you have the knowledge. You've learned more. And that's the importance of getting out in the field. So I say that again. Get to know your product, get to know your program, get to know what you're selling, because that's going to give you the confidence. But the confidence will lie in by getting out in the field and visiting merchants. This is what I'm doing right now as I'm teaching people, especially new people. I want to find out what they're made of. I want to find out if they're really serious about the industry. I'm going to teach them an intro to go out and start cold calling. And on the second day, I say, guess what? Tomorrow you're going out in the field and you're going to go out and you're going to give this drop-by introduction, and I want you to go talk to 25 businesses. So they're in the field before they know everything. And that's important. It's important for them to get their feet wet, to understand what's really involved with this industry, and that's the only way to do it, is just jump in the pool. But we will give you all the tools and all the skills, but learn the product, that's on your end. We'll teach you, but that's on your end. I can teach you the intro, I can teach you cold calling, and then I can say back to you, okay, I want you to study this, tomorrow I want to hear it. And if you get back on with me and you're like, that means you didn't put the time into it. So you got to make that commitment. Understand me. You have to make the commitment to learn what we're teaching you. Otherwise, I'm just talking to nobody. I'm talking to a wall. I'm going to teach you, but you ultimately make the commitment on what it's going to take to become successful. So that's another thing. Number 3, again, not in this order, no importance, nothing more important than the other. Review your pipeline. In our industry, I always say this, the bottom line is getting people in front of you. How do you get people in front of you? There's various different ways. You can do it through referrals. That's a great way. We'll talk about that. You can get it through calling people on the phone. You can get it by doing drop-by introductions. You can get it through the Better Business Bureau listing of businesses. You can get it through a list of different businesses. You can go to BNI meetings. You can get telemarketing scripts. Whatever it may be, the bottom line is you've got to get people in front of you. Very, very important that you do that. So you want to have a list made up, and you want to make sure that you're keeping good records of everything and review that pipeline. There's certain times, and I'll tell you this, like in our world, in Retriever Merchant Solutions, there are days it's like, okay, I've worked this town over and over and over again, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of merchants in the same town, and I've got my daily appointment book, and I will go back and I will look back at some of the merchants that I've spoke to while I was in this town before. And I'll look back, this happens all the time, I'll look back, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy, he wasn't in. I'm going to stop in on that business. Oh yeah, I got this one right here, I needed to talk to the wife, let me stop by that business right there. So what am I doing right there is I'm reviewing my pipeline. It's important you have a pipeline to review. The only way you're going to get a pipeline, guess what? You have to go to work to get the pipeline. It just doesn't happen. And that's all about having momentum. If you have momentum, you're going to build a nice pipeline. So the way to build that pipeline is to get more and more people in front of you. The more people that you get in front of you, the bigger your pipeline becomes. And that's very, very important. I can't express that enough. Like if I go out there and I make a commitment, especially in the cold calling area of our business, and I say today, and I should do this every day, I'm prepared to do this. Today, I have 25 business cards in my pocket, and I am prepared to give all 25 of these business cards away. I'm going to do drop-by intros. I'm going to stop in. I'm going to try to get presentations. I'm going to get callbacks. I'm going to get referrals. I'm going to go back to people. And if you did that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I assure you, and I'm talking through experience, there will be very few days that you actually have to go out and talk to 25 businesses. If you find yourself having to talk to 25 businesses every single day and you're not building a pipeline, well, here is some advice. You need work on that opener, and that's fine. At least you're working. We just have to fine-tune some things to help you get a better opener. And that's what you need to do to build your pipeline. That's just one way. You can build your pipeline through referrals, through going to meetings, through building up your warm list, writing more people on your warm list. Build that pipeline up. The more people you get in front of you, the more opportunities that you have. The more opportunities that you have, the more presentations you're going to make. The more presentations that you're going to make, the more success that you're going to have from the merchants. So that's a good one. Also, here's number 4 you can write down. So I gave you 3 already. Practice active listening. The best salespeople in the world, now I'm just talking about today, on how to become a good salesperson, because we're going to graduate you into become an excellent salesperson. But I'm giving you some basic fundamentals of becoming a good salesperson. These are great, and I know they're very helpful. So practice active listening. The best salespeople in the world are the best listeners. Keep that in mind. Best listeners. Many people have this misconception that in order to have success, they have to talk and talk and talk. They think they have to have the gift of gab. And I've heard many people say, man, I can just talk and talk. I can sell anything to anybody. I can sell ice to an Eskimo. I got that gift of gab. That does not work. You're not going to be a good salesperson. What you're going to do is you're going to turn people off. So you have to practice active listening. And this is very helpful just in everyday life. Many people will give a presentation and they're not even listening to the merchant to find out what their true needs are, because they're so caught up in their pitch that they're thinking about what to talk about next. So get all that out of the way and then just work on becoming an active listener. So I'm going to take a short break. We're going to have one more commercial. We're going to close this up. This is great stuff. Very happy to share this with you. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, Rich Norton from RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I wanted to thank all of you for tuning into our show. Thank you for all the encouragement that you give, the emails and the phone calls. Absolutely fantastic. I know that our show is blessing people all throughout the country on American Hearts Radio. Mike Aloya and Bruce Shepard do a fantastic job with their ministry all throughout the country. They do wonderful things, and these guys love the Lord, and they're great friends of mine, and I am excited to be on the journey with them. Now you see this wonderful t-shirt that I got on. It's Jesus stock, and whenever I wear this t-shirt, people ask me, what is that all about? Well, this is going to be a concert series in 2021, and it's going to be fantastic. They're doing a 3-day event. It's going to be wonderful with preaching. There's going to be Southern gospel. There's going to be rock and rollers, and it's all going to be just praise and worship and music about Jesus. And we're going to have, in fact, our band, I'm getting the band together. We're getting the band back together again, and we're going to have some praise and worship out there. It's just going to be a wonderful event, and I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to it. I know the Van Zant brothers are involved with that. A lot of people are jumping on board, some big names. You'll hear all about it. And while I'm wearing this t-shirt, as I talk about, many people want to say, where can I get a shirt like that? Well, yes, you can. While you're watching our show, you can get this shirt. It's for a donation of $40 to American Hearts Radio. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can look them up. the best way is to call my friend Mike at 904, it's right on the screen here, 904-229-8150. He takes credit and debit cards, go figure. All right, so you can actually put it on a credit or debit card. You can support the concert that's coming up. You can support the American Hearts Radio Network, and you will get one of these wonderful T-shirts, and you can display it and just wear it proudly, and maybe you can come and see these concerts. It's going to be great. So remember, in 2021, buy the T-shirt, support American Hearts Radio. I'll see you next time. All right, I am right back with you for the last segment, so keep in mind, best salespeople are the best listeners. Really practice that, really work on that, and while you're listening to people, what you're showing them is that you're genuinely concerned and you're interested in what they have to say. Because by listening to people, and especially in sales, when you're listening to merchants, when you're listening to the prospect, you are learning what their needs are. You're learning what their pains are. And by doing that, it's going to be very, very helpful, and you'll find out what is the best program for the merchant. And then the next thing I want to talk about is, in order to be a good salesperson, you have to work hard. Again, there's no scientific method, there's no secret formula. The successful people and the people that make it happen work hard. So I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you that this is one of those amazing things where you can just get rich. I'll tell you what, come into Retriever Merchant Solutions, and I promise you, you'll make $100,000 a month your first month. All you got to do is just sign up and watch the blessings come. It doesn't work that way, because if it did, everybody would be doing it. It takes hard work. It takes a commitment. It truly, truly takes hard work. But in order to have success, in order to be a good salesperson, a great salesperson, an amazing salesperson, you have to make the commitment that you're willing to work hard. You want to work hard and you want to work smart. You want to put your all into it, because as I always talk about, this is not a part-time gig. If you're thinking, I'm going to do this in my spare time while I do my other job, I'm going to work this on Mondays and Thursdays, do not waste your time, and don't waste our time. We won't even train you. The only people that we're training are people that are ready to go full-time, and I ask them, what are you willing to do to have success in our industry? I hope the answer is, I'm willing to do what it takes. If I have to be out in the field at 7 o'clock in the morning, like you're doing and been doing for many years, that's what I'm going to do. If I have to work till 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, that's what I'm willing to do. If I have to drive an hour, I'm willing to do that. If I have to drive 2 hours, I'm willing to do that. There are days, like I think about a day the other day, or last week. I was working, I drove from St. Augustine, and I went down to Orlando. I wrote a merchant down in Orlando. I had a referral all the way back in Edgewater, which was about an hour and 20 minutes away. Went and wrote that referral. Had another follow-up in Kissimmee, Florida, which was about an hour and 20 minutes. Drove all the way over there. I had a great day. I wrote 3 that day, but I drove literally probably over 300 miles that day. And I got back about 6:30, left at 7, got back at 6:30. Worked hard, a lot of driving, but I made that commitment. There are days, like we talked about, you got to go out and talk to 25 different businesses. You have to do what it takes in order to have success. So I will never paint a picture of people just going out and making it happen, going out and just having a party, having a wonderful time. We have a great time. We have fun. There's no question about it. But if you want to be good and you want to be the best, you want to be a good salesperson, you have to be willing to work hard at it. Okay? So let's get that out of the way. If you're not willing to do that, everything else that I'm going to be talking about is absolutely worthless. So I'm just being right up front with you. That's important. So work hard. That's the key to success. Let's cover one more, and we'll finish more on the next show. Follow-ups are very important. Learn to follow up. And we were talking about this today with some of our representatives as I was doing training. Keep track of merchants. You know, we don't close everybody right on the spot. Sometimes we have to go back. And I always find out what their genuine level of interest is based on this question. When would you like for me to pop back? I'm going to be back in the area, or when would you like for me to call back? Well, why don't you call me tomorrow? The shorter that is, the more interest they have in what I'm doing. If they say, I don't know, about a month from now, I'm probably not going to write that merchant up. So I'm looking for the ones that are like, call me next week, or call me tomorrow, call me the next day, call me Thursday. And then I'll just drop by. And when you're dropping by and you're doing that follow-up, get yourself right back into that presentation again. And what I mean by that, you walk right in. It's like, hey, John, I was back in the area today. I was helping another merchant. I figured I'd swing by. I wanted to let you know that what we were talking about the other day, I got great news. I presented something to my supervisor, and he added a couple things. I'll tell you what, go get that statement that we looked at, or whatever you were, whatever the scenario may have been, get back into that point right there and get right back into the presentation. And then you're going to use the phrases like, so here's going to be the new program. What we were talking about the other day, we've added this into it, so we're saving you a little bit more money, or we may have lowered this. So it was a good thing that you did wait. Fantastic. I'm going to get everything going for you today. All I'm going to need is a check. You write void. We'll fill the information. We'll get everything started. So follow-ups are very important also. How do we get follow-ups? It's important we get the follow-ups so we keep good track. You know, that's important. Keep good records. Have that appointment book. Know where you've been. Know where you're going. Don't fly by the seat of your pants. Be organized. Very important. Know your schedule. I've talked about this so many times. You need to know where you're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You need to have your gas tank filled up the night before. You need to be focused. You need to have everything written down so when you get in the car, when you wake up in the morning even, you know exactly where you're going and what your plan is. What's your plan of attack for the day? Follow-ups will come with that only if you are organized. How to be a good salesperson. That's the goal from myself to helping you. So that's the first step of it. I covered 6 things. And again, none is more important than the other. I wrote a bunch of things down here. I know they're going to be very useful. We will cover more in the next episode on how to become a good salesperson. So remember, today is an amazing day as I record this show. It's a beautiful day in Florida. And I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are, whether it's raining or the sun is shining. Every day is a beautiful day when you're alive. So take advantage of the day. It's a gift from God. What you do with this day is your gift back to God. Make it an awesome one. See you next time on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration.